grannies and granddads out there, and that is their only sanction, is to go to the church, and they have not been allowed. But yet this fucking government could open up Crow Park for a non-national religion, and that is an absolute disgrace.
Hey.
Why did they do that? Is it the people's fault that was practicing their religion in Crow Park? No! It's not the Muslims or anyone else's fault that was allowed to practice our religion in Crow Park yesterday. It's this farce of a government's fault. That's who was at fault yesterday. This farce of a government to allow that to happen. To tell their own people their religion means nothing by locking the doors on them, but opened up Crow Park for a non-national, non-Irish religion. Ireland is a Catholic Christian country, and they locked them out.
Hey.
And in the Dáil, they seem to have forgotten this. That Ireland is a Catholic Christian country. They seem to have forgotten it. But like I said, the people that went into that Crow Park to pray, it is not their fault that they were given that ground.
No.
It's them in the Dáil that's at fault.
Yes!
Because they're the ones that closed the churches to the Catholics and Christians in Ireland. And they should be held responsible for that atrocity that they rained down on the people of Ireland yesterday. They should be jailed for what they did.
Damn right.
And as well as the housing is concerned, I'm listening to people every day saying, Dee, they're 3 months in the country and they got a house. They're 4 months in the country and they got a house. It's not their fault that they got a house.
No,
it's not the refugees' fault that they're getting a house. This is done by designs to split and cause divide, and it's done by this farce of a government.
Yes! Yeah, you did right. Well put. Here.
If I was a refugee and I came into this country and I was only 3 months here and I was given a house, I'm going to grab it. I'm not going to ask you, are you 5 years on the list? Here it is. I don't want it because you deserve it before me. No, I'm not. I'm going to goddamn well take it from me and me kids. So why should that non-national or that refugee be blamed? Because that's what the government wants you to do.
Yep. Divide and conquer.
They want you to do this.
It's divide and rule.
They want you to blame the refugees. When it's them have planned this for years. This is not just happening today or yesterday or last week. They have been planning this for bloody years. Because, first of all, the little trap, let's see, will they imprison themselves in their own homes? And what do the Irish people do? Yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags fucking full, sir, and compliant. Well, you, the people of Ireland, need to stop complying. And we need to stop complying now, or Ireland is done. Ireland is finished if you don't stop complying. Because if you think atrocities have been rained down on you the past 4 months, you are sadly mistaken. This is only testing the waters to see what you can comply with.
Fact. Hey.
They have plenty on the way for you people. And now coming is the second wave. Are you going to comply?
No!
I can't hear you!
No!
If you do, you deserve everything you goddamn well get.
Parents!
If you people out there won't take the fucking muzzles off on your faces, we can understand some people use them to hide their identity because they're too ashamed of what they do. But for the people that has nothing to hide, take the muzzles off!
Get them off!
Take the muzzles off!
Take the muzzles off!
Take the muzzles off!
The muzzles off!
Take the muzzles off! Take the muzzles off! Take the muzzles off! Take the muzzles off! Take the muzzles off!
Take the muzzles off! People, the more you comply with all these little testers, the more you comply with all these little testers, the more serious is on the way down the road for you. Because they are not going to stop. There's no way are they going to stop. They're going to keep it up and keep it up until you've lost everything you own.
The October flu is not excuse.
There's people out there and they got credit union loans, they got bank loans to raise businesses up off the ground. This Stand Together movement was started with about 14 people at the Dáil.
Yes.
And it was started by people like Martin and Andy and a handful of us that joined them that day at the Dáil and Gina.
And we haven't given up.
And the reason it was started, because Andy said to me, Dee, we can't watch any more of our friends lose their businesses. Stand Together is no front for any political party.
No.
And I can confirm that 101%. It was started because these men, ordinary husbands and wives and their older children that were sick of seeing their uncles and their brothers crying because they cannot afford to pay the credit union loan back that they took out to take vans on the road to start businesses up. But did they in the Dáil give a fuck about that?
No!
No, they didn't.
And there's no bosses of us either.
I seen one man that day, a grown man with tears in his eyes saying, I'm keeping four fans, insurance going, but I'm getting no wages in, I'm going to lose everything there. We have to do something. And that's what started Stand Together, ordinary husbands and wives and families.
Hey.
And this is about, Stand Together is about the corruption in the Dáil. That's what Stand Together is about for anyone that's interested. It's about exposing the dirt and filth that's going to be rained down on you Muslim people out there. Because we won't stand for it.
No!
We won't.
We will not comply.
No!
We will not comply.
We will not comply.
We
We will not comply!
We will not comply.
We will not comply!
And that's for anyone that wants to know what a Stand Together is all about. That's what it's about.
And family!
We are and family, keeping the families together. We are not here to tear down anyone that got a house in front of us, which is causing a lot of rift between the Irish people and refugees and asylum seekers. The rift that's been caused there is horrendous. But it's not the people, it's the government that's causing this rift.
Yes!
Hey.
As long as you're a person, you're welcome here.
Because like I said, any refugee that's given a house in front of you, it's not their fault.
No.
It's Charlie Flanagan's fault because he made an order. He wants no refugee left in an asylum centre more than 185 days.
Exactly, look.
But fuck the Irish on the streets, leave them where they are. And that's his fault, not the refugees' fault, his fault. Because this is designed to happen, to get you all fighting together, just like the Black Lives Matter thing, just to get you all fighting and tearing one another apart. This is designed to see you tear one another apart. It's designed by this farce of a corrupt government to do this. So instead of blaming one another, you got it before me when I was on the housing list longer than you. Blame the right people, the government.
Yep.
That's where all our anger should be focused on. Mine is focused on them. Mine is not focused on that person or that person that got it because I'm 15 years on the housing list. Mine is focused on the person that chose to give them that house in front of me.
Exactly.
And that's what Stand Together is all about. Not tearing anyone down because they got something better than I have in my hand. It's because the government gave it to them, and that's who we need to be angry at. and regard to the farce that happened in that centre down there the other day, the convention centre. You all know what happened, don't you? Do you all know what happened in the convention the other day, the convention centre with this government? There was a man named Jerry Byrne. 2 weeks ago, he won his case in the courts. Back and forward fighting for, as you're not allowed to call your home your dwelling in the courts. You have to call it property, and if you refuse to call it a dwelling, which is what it is, it means family home. The word family home is protected under the Constitution, but the word property is not. And this is why they make you, on behalf of the vulture funds, to call your dwelling a property, because it's not protected and they can take it from you illegally. But this man stood and he fought the vulture funds for bringing hearsay into the courtroom. And he said, you cannot use hearsay to take my home off me. Where I got my money to clear my mortgage is my business. I got it from my father, my brother, my uncle. The vulture funds had no proof that he didn't. He had no proof that he didn't get it from his family. He had no proof. And they wanted the judge to accept hearsay. And the man stood up and said, you cannot accept hearsay in the courtroom. And it was put up to the Supreme Court 2 weeks ago, and the man won his case.
Yes.
He won his case. But what happened? There's a big but after that. What did the vulture funds do on behalf of the banks? They took their little bags of cash and they crawled over to Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, and they got them to pass a bill in that convention centre the other day to allow hearsay in the court to steal your homes.
Bastards!
Bastards is an understatement. They got the bill passed to its fourth phase. It has to go through the Senate now. And if you people don't get together to stop this bill going any further, well then you will deserve everything you get. Because the one handful of people can't keep doing it. They can't keep doing it on their own.
No.
If you could come out in the thousands, when it hit your pockets for water, you can come out in the thousands to save your homes. Because the handful that's doing it here every single week, giving up their valuable time with their families and work and losing money to stand here to expose the corruption to you, they cannot do it alone. You need to come on board. Save your own homes and stop waiting on the handful to do it for you all the time. You need to come out and stop this bill getting passed in the Senate.
Your voice counts.
The scumbuckets passed it in the Dáil. We'd one man that stood up for us, and that was Matty McGrath.
Yes,
and three cheers for Matty McGrath. He stood up for the citizens of Ireland and told them what an atrocity it would be on the people if they allowed this bill to go through. But Helen McEntee, the new Minister for Justice, is the one that brought this bill forward, and we need to hit that office and
remember her.
Hands off our homes.
Yes.
I know Dee's going to take a break and give someone the next caller a voice, but we have one out there. Thank you very much.
Well done, Dee. Thank you, Dee.
Anyone else want a shot?
Hello? Yeah, I'm not here. I don't know too much about the group and what you stand against or stand for or whatever.